everyone. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I hope all of you are doing brilliantly well. I take this opportunity to welcome each one of you to a live episode of How to Become a Great TEDx Speaker. Now, to begin with, ladies and gentlemen, at PlanetSpark, we firmly believe in what Socrates had once said: education is not filling of a vessel, but kindling of a flame. And we firmly believe that kindling of a flame somehow is synonymous to the art of articulation, to the power of communication. And that is the reason why building the next generation of public speakers and creative writers is our motto. And this vertical, that is the PSTV Live, basically is aligned to the mission of creating the next generation of public speakers. We present to you different exciting episodes on blogging, on podcasting, storytelling, story writing, debate, and also TED Talks. Now, this vertical, that is the TED Talk Club, we basically, the TED Talk PSTV Live, we go live every day from Monday to Friday from 7:15 or 7:30 p.m. And in these 40 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, I walk you through the nitty gritty of a TEDx talk. Now, I know for you as a school student, as a college student, maybe delivering a TED talk could be a distant dream, but let's not consider that as mission impossible. I know with strenuous efforts, with the right guidance and the right coaching, you will be able to accomplish this mission of becoming a TED speaker. Now, let's understand this, my dear participants, that delivering a TED talk is primarily an art of presentation combined with the art of delivery. Presentation plus performance. Now, what exactly is a presentation? Presentation is the content you have, the content you present before your live audience. It could be in form of your script, it could be the PPT that you have with you, the visual aids you have with you, it could be in form of a prop or any material that you're presenting before the audience. That's number one. That is about the art of presentation. Number two is the performance. The performance is primarily your delivery style that basically comprises of your verbal communication, your selection of words, your opening body conclusion. It also comprises of your vocal communication, your body language. So basically, how you reach out to your audience, how do you engage with them, what engagement tools do you make use of? And I am your host, Miss Swaima. And basically, as a TED speaker, I feel giving a TED talk, giving a TEDx talk is primarily about the idea that is worth sharing, that is worth spreading. What idea would you like to really share with the people around? Is your idea worthwhile? And if yes, then how is your delivery or your presentation aligned to this idea? So basically, I want all of you, ladies and gentlemen, to work rigorously, not just at idea generation, but let's try being well balanced in terms of generating an idea. Number one, number two, your performance, and number three, your presentation. And these episodes that we bring to you. So I'm absolutely ecstatic to inform you that we've actually completed more than 25 episodes with you. And trust me, my dear participants, the aim is to basically serve you with the right tactics and methodologies and ingredients so that you become a competent and a mesmerizing TEDx speaker right now. Now, I keep mentioning this that even though we say it's a TEDx, training, it basically would remain the same. The guidelines remain common for presentations, for debates, for speeches, for classroom presentations, for classroom discussions, for elevator pitches, for any kind of speaking engagement. All right, so the guidelines would remain the same, and I would like to invite all of you to basically creating a brighter future with Planet Spark by making sure that you're investing your time, energy, and resources in developing the number one skill of 21st century, and that is the public speaking skills. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you once again, and this is the next episode on how to deliver a TEDx talk and dazzle your audience with your oratory skills. Let's see what we have in store for us today. So, here we have the agenda. I'm going to start off with, as usual, an icebreaker to get to know you, to get to know what exactly our community looks forward to, and the likes and dislikes of a community. We'll move on to the fundamentals of a TED Talk. So, what exactly are the foundational pillars of a TED Talk? We'll move on to Essential 1, Essential 2, Essential 3, and I'm going to be interspersing most of these slides with some games and fun and frolic, exciting activities. So please make sure that you participate well. All I ask you for is your participation. So I see we have a lot of participants joining in on our Facebook and YouTube live from across the world. And we have Mirab saying hi. Hello, Mirab. Happy to have you again. So we've had these consistent, viewers since episode one. It's absolutely delightful for me to see all of you joining me regularly for these live sessions. So we'll be having some games. I'm going to be giving you a glimpse at the end, a summary at the end, and also some questions to see if you really understood the idea today. I'm going to be giving you some words to add to your vocabulary, some expert tips to remember, and let's not forget the recommendation, the video recommendation at the end. It's time for us to get started. Let's begin with the icebreaker and get to know each other better. Now, I'm going to ask you some simple questions like what is your most used positive emoji? Let's see what you have to share with us. So, my most favorite emoji, a positive emoji would be the simple smiley that we have, the simple smiley, and sometimes even the grinning face when you're trying to be sarcastic. So that would be my favorite emoji. Let's see what's yours. All right. So I see some viewers are sharing the emojis, their favorite emojis in the chat box. Absolutely. Very nice. All right. Okay, participants. Well done. Thank you so much. Let's move on to the next question. What positive qualities or strengths do you have? What positive qualities or strengths do you have? So, something like your character trait, maybe. So, one positive quality I would use to describe probably my personality would be resilience. So, I don't generally give up very easily, and I would really persevere till I accomplish the results. So, resilience could be one of the strengths I would use to describe my character trait. Let's see what you guys have to share with us. You say positivity, all right. Some of you say optimism, wonderful. All right, participants, thank you so much for your feedback. The third question for you is there anything that makes you feel positive in a day? All right, so if I answer this question, for me, it's going to be my morning routine. You know, what you really do in the first 60 minutes of your day really sets the momentum for the whole day. So for me, if I really want to have a prolific day ahead, it would mean having a solid rituals in the morning. It could be in terms of fitness, in terms of mental health, for my spiritual well being, or simply having a to do list that gives you a direction for the day. So, yes, for me, it's basically a morning routine. Let's see what really makes your day. All right, some of you say starting my day with a cup of coffee, with a workout. Wow, brilliant. All right, reading, amazing. Reading absolutely is a mantra most of the successful people follow. Absolutely. All right, my dear participants, thank you so much for those answers and feedbacks. They are inspiring and insightful as well. I really appreciate your honesty and candor. Now let's move on to the fundamentals of a TED Talk. All right, so as you all know, we have three fundamentals of a TED Talk. Now, fundamentals means the pillars, the foundational pillars. So let's talk about the three fundamentals in detail. Number one, the strong opening. Number two, a big purpose. Number three, a personal touch. Now, this is something that we have been adhering to as cornerstones since the beginning of this series. So, strong opening basically would mean a beginning. How do you write a beginning? I would say an eye opening, a mind boggling, a solid, a verifiable, and an informative opening is something you need. Number one. Number two, the big purpose is incorporating, including the significance of the topic in your talk. Number three is a personal touch, which means making sure that you have some personal experiences to share with your audience to have an emotional weightage attached to your content. Now, these are three pillars. We discuss all these three pillars one by one in every episode. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, the episode, the theme that we are dealing with is the power of positivity. We started off with this topic yesterday, and today we'll be continuing with the same theme, that is the power of positivity. Now, we have been exploring different themes and topics, and the reason is to help you understand the power of theme based content. Now, when we actually share theme based content with our audience, with you basically have a coherent and an immaculate idea about how to really write your script. Now, actually telling you about do this, do that, do's and don'ts, pros and cons, gets puzzling sometimes. And to actually give you a hands on experience on how to write a great TED talk, a great TEDx talk, you really need to have you need to have a hands on experience, a pragmatic experience in terms of writing. So, what we do is we present to you theme based content so that you know exactly what to write and what to give a wide berth to. So, what's exactly the power of positivity? I have few lines here for you so that your idea is clear and that you know exactly what direction to follow while writing. So, the power of positivity is a very strong feeling. A positive attitude is helpful for you in many ways. When you think positive, you don't allow negative thoughts in your mind. Positive thinking helps in controlling stress and also improves your health. Positive thinking helps you focus on the bright side of your life and eventually have a feeling of gratitude. It keeps you away from negative thoughts and prevents stress. A person with positivity tends to be healthy and successful. He or she is away from all kinds of negativity and sad thoughts. Positivity drives out happiness from within. Oh, wow. So, this description basically gives you a crux of what exactly we mean by the power of positivity. All right, now in today's episode, my dear participants, we will be discussing the power of positivity undoubtedly. But today we will be writing the big purpose, which is the significance of the topic. Yesterday, we dealt with the strong opening. You know, I taught you, I walked you through some ideas on how to write a strong opening. We discussed about starting off with a quote, moving on to a positive statement, then raising a relevant question, then writing a few introductory lines, you know, moving on to the significance of the topic in a few lines, and finally some facts, some eye-opening facts on the topic that you've chosen. Moving on, today we'll be talking about a big purpose. Why do we need a big purpose in our presentation, in our talk? Well, I'm going to give you two reasons to, you know, help you understand the significance of a big purpose. Well, there are two reasons why you need to have a big purpose in your TED talk. And the reasons are, number one, when you're actually having a purposeful content, you know, when you talk about the significance of the topic, what happens is that you emphasize on the fact that this topic is important and it needs the attention of the listeners. That's what you probably implicitly talk about. You know, you tell the audience this topic is emphatic, it's important, it's relevant, and you need to listen to me. But you don't say it, you don't claim or declare it. You do it very, very implicitly. Number two, you bring the immediate attention of your audience to your topic and you engage with your audience. Please remember, ladies and gentlemen, engaging your audience is the prime responsibility, the prime onus of a TED speaker. You have to be engaging with your audience, whether it's form of Q&A or jokes or humor or objects or visual aids. You may use any tool to basically engage with your audience, but engagement is the cornerstone of every presentation. Moving on, let's talk about some examples. Now, when I say the big purpose, please remember the big purpose has three components. Now, what I'm trying to do here, basically, my dear participants, is I'm trying to deconstruct things for you. Deconstruct, basically, I'm trying to simplify things for you. All right. So, when I say three essentials, that means a big purpose has three essentials. And what are these three essentials? These three essentials, or these three components, or these three aspects are: number one, you have to emphasize on the importance of the topic in a few lines. After that, you break down the topic. When I say break down the topic, it simply means you try to, you know, speak about the topic from different dimensions. All right, I'm going to give you multiple examples to help you understand this point. The next one is number three, bringing it all together. which means summarizing at the end. A summary has to be crisp, brief, and to the point. We'll talk about this as well. So, three essentials or three components of a big purpose. We'll be discussing all three of them with why do we need to have them and some examples considering the theme for today. That is the power of positivity. Number one, the first one is importance of the topic. The big purpose basically begins with the importance of the topic that you have chosen. Let's talk about some examples. Example number one, positivity helps you look ahead regardless of your current situation. First three steps to success, that is, believing in yourself, setting goals, and taking actions, are greatly influenced by positivity. The secret of success is to focus, and positivity basically helps you stay focused on whatever you want to achieve in life. When you are focused, you will achieve your goals. Moving on, let's continue with the same theme, that is importance. You could also say that the journey of success begins with a positive mindset. Positive thinking helps you develop a growth mindset. You develop a can do attitude only when you have positive thoughts that you inculcate. Only positive thoughts are not enough, by the way. You must take action in the right direction with a disciplined approach. Positive thinking supports you to move ahead. That's about the significance. We can have, I'm going to give you one more example, my dear participants. Example number three on how can you have something on importance of positive mindset. With a positive mindset, everyone around you will be able to feel your positive vibration. They will see the positivity sign and will always want to associate with you. People don't want to be around a negative person, a pessimist, because everyone wants to be assured that they can be whoever they want to be in life. And these are the three sturdy sentences on importance of a big purpose or importance of the topic at hand. So please make sure, ladies and gentlemen, that you spend some time researching on your big purpose, that is the importance of the topic, and you have to have at least 3 to 4 sentences for each reason, for each importance. Let me quickly give you an expert tip, my dear participants. One way to train your brain to focus on the positive is to practice gratitude. And that's what a plethora of positive psychologists claim, that the best way to train your brain is to actually practice gratitude because your brain, basically, gratitude is a muscle. The more you practice it, the more you stretch it, and the more you incorporate it in your life. So gratitude basically is nothing but a manifestation of thankfulness. And gratitude is when you feel or express thankfulness with the people, things, and experiences that you have in your life. So that's one expert tip for you. Let me give you a word that you would like to add to your vocabulary. And the word is efficacious. The word efficacious is derived from the noun efficacy. And what is the meaning of efficacious? Efficacious basically is an adjective describing a person, an attempt, the functioning of a thing. It means successful in producing a desired or intended result. It could also mean effective. It could also mean efficient. And I have a sentence here for you. The treatment is efficacious in some cases. Efficacious. Please try. Now, participants, please don't just listen to me because you are attending this session or this live episode. Please make sure you jot down this word somewhere or you have this in the back of your mind and try using this word in your everyday conversation or write it somewhere or maybe use that in your everyday writing. Efficacious. Efficacious basically means efficient or effective. Let's move on to the next segment now. Who said this? I'm going to share with you some quotes on the power of positivity, and we will try to read the quotes aloud, try memorizing them, and we'll also see who actually said these quotes. Number one, positive anything is better than negative nothing. Positive anything is better than negative nothing. Well, that's a quote by Albert Hubbard. Quite a witty quote, right? Albert Hubbard. Now, the reason I'm sharing these quotes with you is because you know that if you want to really make your opening strong and eye opening, you need to be beginning with a quote. And any of these quotes can actually come very handy. The next one is one small positive thought can change your whole day. Simple. lucid yet powerful. One small positive thought can change your whole day. Well, that's a quote by Zig Ziglar. Now, Zig Ziglar happens to be one of the most quoted motivational speakers. And it's always a good idea to actually hunt for quotes by famous self help gurus. And this one can actually come to your rescue when you're talking about the power of positivity. The next one, my dear participants, miracles happen to those who believe in them. Very famous, very common. We generally see them in notebooks and posters around. It's a quote by Berenson, and it says, "Miracles happen to those who believe in the power of miracles." All right, participants. So I've given you some word to add to your vocabulary that is efficacious. We talked about the expert tip on how practicing gratitude can add so much value to your growth mindset. We also talked about three codes that you should be memorizing if you really want to master a topic like the power of positivity. Now I'm going to move on to the second essential. The first essential was number one, the opening minute. We moved on to the second one, that is a big purpose. Now, a big purpose comprises of three elements. We dealt with the first element a few minutes ago, which was talk about the importance of the topic. The second element, my dear participants, is break down the topic. What is break down the topic? Please understand this. You basically divide the topic into different segments from different dimensions. I'm going to give you an example here. Number one, you can talk about the importance of positivity. And how do you divide the importance of positivity? We discussed the importance of positivity earlier, so no repetition here. Please remember, repetition is boring. You need to have new perspectives while sharing something with your audience with relevant and latest examples. So we'll basically have something called the parts of positivity, and we will try breaking this topic into three parts. Number one, positive thinking. Number two, positive emotions. Number three, positive behaviors. And how these three elements basically align together to produce the growth mindset or the right mindset. All right. And the next one will be how it affects people. So, how do positive thinking, positive emotions, and positive behaviors affect the well being of people in general? Let me give you the examples quickly. Number one, importance of positivity. So you discuss about this in a few lines and then you gradually move on to the three elements. Number one, positivity is the practice or tendency to be positive or optimistic in life. When we are positive, we engage in positive thinking, have positive emotions, and engage in positive behaviors like kindness and generosity. All right, that's basically a very expository sentence, a generic sentence. Now we dive deep into the details. All of this positivity contributes to positive outcomes like improved well being and mental health. Moving on, positive thinking means cultivating positivity in our minds so that we can get through anything in life. It can basically help you in decreasing your stress, making every moment worth experiencing. By experiencing positivity, you just can't help but be optimistic even when everyone around you is miserable and pathetic. What we've done, my dear participants, we have talked about the importance once again from a very different lens. And then we talked about the three elements. And what are these three elements? What we discussed right now. Now we will gradually move on to these three elements in detail. So, what we've done, we've begun with the power of positivity. We introduced these three elements um, subtly, in just one sentence: positive thinking, positive emotions, positive behavior, and how are these three things connected to each other. Now we will discuss them in detail. Number one, we started positive thinking. How do we do that? Let me give you a lucid example. Positive thinking or an optimistic attitude is the practice of focusing on the good in any given situation. It can have a big impact on your physical and mental health. It simply means when you approach the good and the bad in life with the expectation that things will go well regardless of the circumstances. That's positive thinking. Moving on to the next one, positive emotions. How will you define this one? Well, positive emotions include pleasant or desirable situational responses, ranging from interest and contentment to love and joy, but are distinct from pleasurable sensation and undifferentiated positive effect. These emotions basically are markers of people's overall well being or happiness. But they can also enhance the future growth and success. So, what we do here is we talk a little bit about positive emotions and how positive emotions basically come together to produce desirable impact in your well being, in your health, in your overall success, in your personal as well as your professional life. Moving on, my dear participants, the next point is about positive behavior. All right, let's try establishing a link between these three ideas. What is positive behavior basically? So, positive behavior is the positive action that creates a positive working environment or enabling others to do their work more efficiently through what we say or do. It includes certain acts like practicing random acts of kindness, living a healthier life, doing good things for the world, etc., etc. So, we've seen how positive thinking, positive emotions, and positive behavior are basically profoundly connected to each other, right? So let's talk about how we can talk about the impact of all these three elements on a person's health or a person's well being in general. So here we have a basic sentence for you that positive effect refers to one's propensity to experience positive emotions and interact with everybody else and face life's challenges in a very positive way. Conversely, negative effect involves experiencing the world in a more negative way and feeling negative emotions and more negativity in relationships and surroundings, right? So, what is exactly breaking down the topic? Breaking down the topic begins with number one, cause and effect. Cause and effect. How do we actually try deconstructing cause? We try to deconstruct cause by having different perspectives about the importance of positivity and then the three elements that actually are intricately connected to positivity, like thoughts, number two, emotions, number three, actions. Oh, I am so sorry for the technical glitch, participants. All right, participants, time for us to listen to a new word and learn a new word to add to our vocabulary. And the word is buoyant. The word is buoyant. It comes from the word flamboyance. And buoyant basically means cheerful and optimistic. Even flamboyant would mean cheerful and optimistic. So, buoyant is the word. Let me give you an example to help you understand this word. The conference ended with the party in a buoyant mood. So, buoyant could be used for people, it could be used for, for activities, for events, and for different circumstances too. So, buoyant is the word. Let's quickly play this game called the fastest fingers. Let's see whether these sentences are true or false. Number one should be grateful for today. Undoubtedly, we've seen how gratitude can add to your positivity. Number two, the second question, positivity is equivalent to positive mindset. What do you think? Positivity is equivalent to a positive mindset. Let's see some comments in the comment section. All right, very good. So all of you have given the right answer. The answer is no. Positivity and growth mindset and positive mindset go hand in hand. They're synonymous to each other. All right, the last one, ladies and gentlemen, the last element of a TEDx talk of the big purpose is bringing it all together. That means summarizing. How do you summarize your points? Let me give you an example here. We discussed the importance, the parts of positivity, positive thinking, positive emotions, positive behavior, and its overall impact on the people. Hence, the power of positivity can lead a person to basically think in terms of I can, it is possible, I am doing my best to improve my life and myself. That's how we summarize. Please make sure that you have some dramatic elements here which can actually amp up your audience's spirits. And conclusion is actually a key element in a TED talk, conclusion or your summary. So please pay attention that you work hard at designing your summary. Now, let's think smart and try answering these questions. What are the essentials of being positive? Number one, joy. Number two, love, or both one and two. What do you think? All right, so as you guessed it, the answer, that I have for you is both one and two, that is both love and joy. The second question, when is Positive Thinking Day celebrated across India? That's an interesting fact. I'm sure that most of us didn't even know that we have something called Positive Thinking Day in India. Well, the day that you celebrate Positive Thinking Day in India is 13th September. Now, let me give you a video recommendation, ladies and gentlemen. There are tons of videos available on YouTube on the power of positivity. I would really appreciate if you spend some time watching this particular video called Positivity, the Power of Choice. The link is given in the description box below. Please do click on it and watch this video. It's going to give you an insight about what exactly is positivity from a very psychological perspective. Now, at a glance, in today's episode, my dear participants, we dealt with a big purpose and the three elements of a big purpose. And they are emphasizing the topic, breaking down the topic, and bringing it all together. Now, in tomorrow's episode, I'm going to be catching you once again and at 7:15. Tomorrow is a Saturday. So probably I won't be meeting you tomorrow. We meet only from Monday to Friday. I'm going to catch you on Monday, my dear participants. Monday we'll be meeting again for the same theme, the power of positivity. And in the next episode, we will be exploring the personal touch. All right. And I'm super excited, blessed, and grateful to have all of you with me, joining me, supporting me. And I look forward to the next episode. I hope you're back after the weekend with double alacrity. And let's all join hands to make these episodes a roaring success. Thank you once again, participants, for joining me. And I hope you have a relaxing weekend ahead. Let's meet soon. Take care. Good night. Bye bye.